Hey, Charlie. You are the first you. Hey, Nightstar. So we're hopefully going to finish up everything today. That is my goal. And it should take about an hour and a half to 2 hours. Cool. Shoot, Charlie. Thank you, Nightstar. So, Circus Freddy, you mean like Circus Baby and Freddy Fazbear mixed? Oh, wow. Love from Korea. All right. I believe you're my first viewer from Korea. Hey, True Eagle. Oh, okay. From Security Breach. Let me look up some ideas, and I'll put it in the next poll on my community channel. I'll just have to commit that to memory. Can you make a song request? I don't really play songs while I stream, but if you want me to look up a song, I'm more than happy to look up music. Thanks, True Eagle. Hey, thanks, Scott. Appreciate that. I mean, you can make a suggestion and I'll listen to it. Hey, Puff. Thank you so much, Olivia. Jump style bootleg. I have no idea who sings that, but I will look it up after the stream. Yeah, Darker. I figure it would actually work better as an overall image because it's got a lot of textures to it, so I decided to go with Shattered Monty. Yeah, there's a different version than Ruined than Shattered. Ruined is definitely more disheveled and destroyed. Oh, okay. Thanks, True Eagle. Just trying to situate all my color pencils. Thanks, 4K. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much, Tay Tay. I really appreciate that. Hey, Marty, you made it. Yeah, almost finished. It's about 4.5, 4 hours in. So, probably be done in like 5.5. Thank you so much, Nikki. Really appreciate that. Your art, kind of? How so? Hi, Fork. I don't know who Zach Bryan is, but I can look him up. But I generally don't do portraits. Portraits are a lot more time consuming, actually, than they might seem. They really require that you have to study shapes and volume. I can kind of draw and look at chat at the same time. My hand just knows where it is on the paper, so I can kind of just do both. Only when you get to really intricate details do I have to kind of like pay attention to where I am. Right now we're just adding the base layers. Hey Egg, what's going on? I mean, I could, Olivia. It's just, hey, RDD. I mean, I could. It's just not like these aren't really things that are like my forte. Thanks, RDD. I really appreciate that. I do like the Withered look. Withered is like really got all these like gory kind of details. It's really just fun. It's gonna be lots of subtle browns all in here, so I'm gonna have to get all these different browns right now. Get them ready. It's going to be a nice slow layering process, but it's going to look really great when it's done. So Charlie, for anyone that has like any kind of block, I would recommend that you draw what you love. Don't draw because you're drawing to draw something. If you draw to just draw something, you will get burnt out. I highly recommend that if you love, for instance, like comic books, draw comic books. If you like anime, draw anime. If you love Disney, draw Disney. Also, if you draw what you love, it'll never feel like a chore. It'll never feel like you're doing it as like a project. And it'll actually help you in the long run get better as an artist. Let's get a darker yellow. Go right ahead, True Eagle. Notes always help. This might just look like it's like haphazard swirls, but they're really not. You really want to make sure that they're laid incorrectly, so it gives nice little textured bevels within the metal itself. So if anyone has any art questions, please feel free. Go right ahead and ask. That's what I'm here for. Well, I always recommend Ohuhu. They're what I use. I'm not sponsored to say this at all. They are amazing quality for their value. And they've actually become pretty high end quality too. So I would always recommend them. And for any kind of sunset, it's actually almost like a rainbow. So when you look at a sunset, it's got a lot of blues in the very upper corners, transitioning to reds, and then just a smidge of orangey yellow at the very center where the sun would be. Let's see. I can give you an example. Let me pull up an old painting I did. So this was an old painting I did, and it can kind of give you an understanding of what I mean by like the transition of colors. So as you can see, it's got the blue and transitions to just a little bit, so it's almost like half of a rainbow. Hey, Random, what's going on? Now we can blend out all these nice browns and bring everything together. before we add the cracks and some of the gray value shades. And before you add multiple blends, it's always important to make sure it dries. If it doesn't dry, then you're going to start bleeding way too much. I'm good, Random. Afton, you made it. And you don't ever have to be sorry. Olivia, it actually starts to get a lot more blue as the sun starts to set. Because as you start to get towards the night sky, you're going to see lots of blues, grays, purples, and some reds occasionally. But when it almost is completely set, that's when we go into the night sky and it's a lot of blues, lots of dark purples, blacks, etc. What do I like to draw? I love to draw anime. I love to draw gaming. I love to do a lot of video game art, uh, cartoons, Marvel characters, fictional characters. Mickey like Mickey Mouse. I've drawn him numerous times on my channel. I totally understand, William. Oh, like a horror Mickey Mouse? Yeah, of course I could. I mean, I might not do it today, but I can definitely consider it for the future. That is something my channel would definitely be interested in. It's in the niche wheelhouse. Pirate hat. I'm not really a pirate person. There's one thing that I'm not really, never was really into like the pirate culture, unless it's One Piece, but that's kind of like different. That's more just anime. Thank you so much, Maze. I really appreciate that. Hi, SSM Gamer. What's going on? You Angle, you did make it early this time. You did actually make it early. Welcome on back. And now that we got most of the coloring done, I'm drawing a realistic eye best I can while watching this because you inspired me. Oh, thank you so much. With my, sure, that's actually pretty cool. Go for it. Monty's color scheme is quite unique, so there's definitely going to be a lot of fun with drawing it like that. And if anyone's ever seen my videos, when I do the cracked effect, you know how much I just love to make these little cracked spidery web lines. It's kind of like something that I just love. It adds that nice detail. Builds up the character even more. And the best part is you can add as much or as little as you want. Just make it your own. So if you want 1,000,000 of these little crack lines, go for it. If you just want a few, even better. And another thing with a lot of these crack lines is you can go really light and get all these nice little areas here, or you can go dark by pressing in and get those nice deep cracks. Hey, Deanna, what's going on? Pomni. I actually have drawn Pomni several times, and I have a Pomni video coming out probably around 7:30 tonight. A quick little short video that I think y'all will love. It is a combination of Pomni and Freddy Fazbear. It's like the two horror games collide. Hey, Monster. It took me about 5 hours, but yeah, just years and years of practice and experience. Just Doodles, what's going on? It's great to see you back. Doodles, I only really sub to people that I genuinely know. Clover, yes, I remember you from the last stream. What's going on? You were there for the Springtrap one. Alright, now let's start adding some of the green textures. Yeah, Winsor and Newton's already and Marty rather. Winsor and Newton's are really expensive. You can find. I don't know if you have TikTok, but you can find Ohuhu on the TikTok shops, and they're just as bad or sometimes cheaper if you have coupons. Um, on TikTok. And also, Ohuhu's website themselves should have their own markers. If not, Amazon will definitely have them. Or most, a lot of art shops, art stores specifically, will have Ohuhu. But for the quality, they are incredible. But yeah, pro markers are like even better. But then again, it's how much money they're worth to you. Yeah, it will take a while, Charlie. It's like any drawing process. Yeah, I can just rush it and throw color in, but then it defeats the purpose of creating the process of art. So I'll, take my time and, it'll just be a bit. Art just takes a lot of time in general. It's just one of those things. And it also is dependent on how much detail you really want to put in. Little details don't take as long. Big details will take a heck of a lot longer. Alrighty, where is my white marker? In lieu of a white marker, I'll just use the pencil. Cool. We're just about finished with this chest piece. I'm just adding in little dots of color where I think some reflective highlights would be. Sketch, you don't have to bomb that many highs. Don't make me time you out. Thank you so much, Jaden. And Charlie, my day's been good. I'm here. I'm drawing away for all y'all, so it's a very good day. I have drawn Toy Chica, but in a smaller drawing. I will make another poll because my plan for the next several drawings is going to be a creeper from Minecraft in two different styles as two shorts. Um, I'm going to be drawing regular Steve from Minecraft in 4 different styles as a bigger video. And then for the next live, it will be Mangle. Uh, and I'll just come up with a concept drawing. That's okay, Charlie. What's important is whenever you're drawing is the intent. You might say to yourself, trying to do a realistic eye, no matter what the character is, it's really hard. So instead, just try to focus in on what you can achieve, and then hopefully get that desired result. I hope that's not picking up on the camera. People gotta love riding motorcycles. Jaden, I have to see because that's like a really detailed composition, and it might be a bit hard for me to do with the time constraints that I'm on. I'm not saying no, it's just it's a lot of work to do something like that. The one cool thing about adding all these claws and all the other detail to this stuff is it's mainly grays or blacks, so I can use this ink and then just sketch it all out and then add only touches of color here and there. It's kind of like a good cheat code. And I like to say, if there's a good cheat code, I'd like to use it. Shelly, you made it back. How you doing? Why drawing AI is coming? Because that's not art. AI is the antithesis of art. AI is just somebody typing it into a computer and not creating anything with a value. That's like saying, why write a book? We already have, AI. Why make a movie? We already have AI. Why create anything at that point? Because AI is here. It doesn't, unfortunately, it doesn't compute. That'd be great if it was the real official Duolingo, but hello anyway. Hey, Nix, how are you? I appreciate that, and I do understand why people will say that about AI because it does make it hard. I can type in the most detailed scene in AI, and it'll pull up stuff that would just take me hours to do, and that's part and parcel of the problem is when push comes to shove, there's going to be a real problem in the next 20 years where it's like, why would we even bother creating anime? I can just literally tell the AI what to make, and it'll make the anime in minutes for me. First the motorcycles and now the fire trucks. It is the proverbial double whammy today. Hey, boss, what's going on? The lazy eye dragon. It's actually an alligator. Hey, Lolly. It takes me a long time, but yeah, I've been doing art for about 30 years with an 8-year hiatus, and yeah, just like any skill, takes time to develop. Where is my steel color? I always set up my markers wrong. Here we are. An important lesson is just because something is gray, like this steel, doesn't mean that it won't have color, or at least underlying color. So we want to add a lot of the underlying color in, and then scrub back in with color pencils and other things to bring out all of the highlights and the shadows. But it will have a base color, even in the reflective highlights. Yeah, Ninja, it's kind of like it's going to be an interesting world the next 10 to 20 years with the integration of AI and the complexities, we'll put it that way, behind what it is and can and can't do, and the intention behind it and everything else. So, not even just in the art world, but just in totality. You're like, why have teachers? The AI will tell you. Say, in my opinion, can be a scary world that we're headed if not used correctly. That's why one of my favorite content creators on art, Sam Does Art, he talks a lot about these topics and tries to bring them to the forefront. Hey, Antonio. You shouldn't be. There's always bright and optimism. It's just technology is just a little janky right now. I have drawn Charlie from Hazbin Hotel numerous times on my channel. And I plan to do a lot more Hazbin Hotel artwork when the next season comes out, though I have no idea. I mean, does anyone actually know when the next season's coming out? Because they're kind of really secretive on it. I feel like one day I'm just going to wake up and it's going to be on Amazon. Raquel, I'm sorry, I don't speak Spanish, but I think you're talking about the how realistic the 3D drawing is, and thank you so much. And my pencil broke. Whisper, do you mean animes? And yes, I do. Cool, Charlie. That is my cat murping in the background. Hey, Rosalind, welcome in. Okay, you need pets. My cat is demanding pets. Still gonna be here for a little bit. I'm just finishing them up, but yeah. I have the other two sections of the video up. I can't show the cat. She's so big she'll take up the whole screen and then some. Something about this section is bothering me, and I don't know what, but we shall figure it out. Yeah, she's pretty big. Hey, Nex, how are you? I have drawn Chica, but I have not drawn Broken Chica. But I can put, there are several ideas. I can always put them on a poll. I do have a couple of drawings already planned out, but I do take polls almost like every other day. I'll put a poll up to see what the community wants to see. Cat's just being silly in the background. Hi, Chris. I generally, hey Norma, how are you? And welcome from Argentina. Chris, I don't usually do portraits of people unless I genuinely really know them. Not only because they're just time consuming, but just because I have to really just know the person before I would do any kind of drawing. If anyone has any art questions, you are more than welcome to ask. I am definitely here to help you in any way that I can. Hey, Fries and Nuggets, welcome. Always great to see you. Keelan, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Yes, I am grown up, Logan. I am an old guy. What can I say? Of course you can, Keelan. Welcome in. Did art get me a girlfriend? No. I did that myself. You shouldn't do art for those reasons. Haley's, welcome in. You were in the premiere the other day, if I remember, Haley's. Thank you, Fries and Nuggets. I really appreciate that. Hey, Emily, what's going on? I have not done Ruined Freddy. I have done lots of Freddy drawings, but I haven't done Ruined Freddy. I haven't done a lot of Ruined characters just because they have an extreme amount of detail attached to them. So it takes a lot longer to sketch out. Thanks, Shelly. Appreciate that. Oh, you are Rosalie? That's cool. What do you like to draw or paint? Later, Charlie. Keelan, how long have I been doing art for? I've been doing art for about 30 years of my life. I took an 8-year hiatus and came back a little over 2+ years ago when I started my channel. Keelan, are you looking to start your own channel? Hey, the sun, how are you? Allie, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Well, your profile pic does look pretty cool. Hey, Dahlia, how are you? Welcome with all of the funky emojis. Rogero, thank you so much. I believe you are talking about the drawing, if I'm not mistaken, because I do know some Spanish, but thank you. Originally with this arm, I was going to have it a little bit more forward, but I decided to push it back, so the colors are going to be a lot more darker than what's present in the drawing itself. And it is okay to always change a drawing just to make it your own. It's always something I like to advocate. Make something your own. Don't just make a copy for making a copy's sake. Hey, Curtains, welcome back. Yes, drawing actually can be incredibly relaxing, especially after a long day at work. I do love to get to the art room. I appreciate that, son. It means a lot to me. Thank you so much. And what's going on, Curtains? How are you? Oh, thank you so much, Dahlia. You saw the Shadow and Sonic collaboration. Now, for anyone who doesn't know, that was a collaboration piece that I did with Choxy's art. And I did the first half and then mailed it to him. And if you're interested to win that piece, he's doing a giveaway on his channel for that piece. So if you'd like a chance to win, you have to watch my video and his video, and then you have to comment specifically, and you'll know if you've watched both videos what to do. Yeah, I definitely like that a lot better now that it's nice and dark and pushed back. SMBRX, welcome. You don't know what type of picture you should make for your profile pic? Well, first off, whatever kind of drawing style you like, that's probably the best place to start. Fingers crossed, Dahlia. Fingers crossed that you win it. Oh, thank you so much, son. That really is nice of you to say. Best part about using a lot of these paint pens is after you do a lot of color pencil work, they will layer really nicely on top and give you a nice bold color that doesn't deteriorate as much. I've been doing YouTube for about almost 2 years now. Started in 2020. Ooh, was it 3? I think it was 2020. No, sorry. It was 2022 when I started. So almost 3 years. Pang, thank you so much. Just saw your comment. I really appreciate that. Dr. Marxist, level 3 researcher. We're level 3 researcher of what? And thank you so much for the holy moly. Got all this little debris. This is where we're going to put all the little finishing touches with this marker that I love so much. I can add all these nice little cracked details and stark blacks. You probably got like another 10 minutes or so before this will be complete. And the best part about all these little cracked details I'm doing now is you can do as much or as little as you like. It's one of those things that's entirely up to you. Thank you, Kate. Really appreciate that. And similar to the pencil, we're really barely holding on to this. We just want the paper to barely graze, pen to barely graze across the paper. That's how we're going to get all these beautiful little cracks. The harder we press, the more prominent the line. But it's black, it's really dark. I don't want the line to be that prominent. Hey, how you doing? I'm sorry, that is Polish and I do not understand it. Let me. Thank you, Brandon. Braden. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. The little bit of Polish that I know is a dziękuję, so that's about it. Grizzly Gaming, what's going on? Welcome back. Oblivion, thank you so much. I'm sorry I didn't see that before. Oh, really? That's cool, Bren. Which is your favorite FNAF game? Thank you so much, Haley's. I really appreciate that. I know you came over from Chalksy's channel, so I appreciate that. I hope you entered his competition, well, our little competition, but I hope, fingers crossed, I hope the people that took the time to be part of both channels win. Ooh, let me close that. Don't want that drying out. Ali, I don't really know, only because I'm streaming and I use my phone to stream, but I can check later. Thank you so much, Braden. Little frog in my throat there. Right now, I'm just changing some of the color on Monty. I'm taking him away from the lime green that I originally had, because I want to incorporate much more of this darker green. I think it gives him more of a brooding mood to it. So instead of taking away that brightness, I want to take away some of the yellows and increase more of these dark hunter greens just by scrubbing in this beautiful deep, deep olive green and just add it sparingly though, because I don't want it to overpower too much. Hey Trout, how are you? Yeah, I mean, the FNAF characters I find have a lot of textures to them, and it can sometimes be a little daunting when trying to draw them, especially if you haven't drawn the characters for the first time. So what I'm doing here, that's like the last little touches, is all these little dots will incorporate the highlights of where some yellows will pop through on the dented and fractured metals, and also helps to clean up any little mistakes in blending, little corrective lines. You can add these in to kind of go over some of the mistakes. Once again, we use it sparingly because we don't want it to be just highlight driven. And since acrylic paint pens dry so lightly, it'll just be a barely noticeable little texture, which is exactly what I'm looking for, just these little textures. Enjoy the party. Tisha, yes, if I remember, you were in the first live, not yesterday's live, but the live before that on Friday, if I'm not mistaken, or was it the Spring Trap? I think it was the Friday one. Thank you so much, Jamie. I appreciate that. And gotta add the whites. What time is it in America? Well, yeah, it's about 5:18. Thank you, Braden. Yeah, it's late in the UK. There's a streamer that I follow from the UK. His name is Spraggy, and he's always up into the wee hours of the morning. Do I like FNAF? Yeah, I like the first couple games. I have not played more of the recent games, but I do know the lore because I read up a ton of the lore when I was watching the movie, and then I started creating a ton of the characters. So I just want to get myself versed in kind of like in the general idea of what the games and movies, etc., were about. And do Metallic Sonic. Are you talking about the metal suit, like from the new movie, or what's going to be coming out in Sonic 4, alleged? Anyway, I have not done Metal Sonic. I've done like Horror Sonics, etc., but I haven't done Metal Sonic, so I can take a look. And if it's something that would be in my wheelhouse, I'll consider it. As I'm just about to finish up, I keep seeing like new things that not irk me, but just like maybe I rushed. So, like these eyes are just like something I'm like, did I rush it? And if I did, can it be corrected? All right, there's my black. Melanie, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you so much, Jamie. Yeah, it just gives it more character. That's why I didn't want to just do the regular Monty. Like regular Monty's are nice. Don't get me wrong. It's a really cool design, but I want to do something that just can showcase a lot of different skills and also a lot of different things that might come up as questions for people. What's my favorite drawing that I've ever done and why? Don't really have favorites. I do like the way that Spring Track drawing came out. Generally, whenever I do something, it's more about like what do I feel when I did it. So if like I feel genuine, like with the Spring Trap drawing, I just really love that way that one came out. I do really like the whatchamacallit, the Matthew Lillard drawing where I did of William Afton. I like the way that one came out, but I'm kind of beyond the point of like, oh, I really love something outside of a couple of my Dragon Ball Z drawings that I've done, which I can show a couple in a second. Let me see. Like, I really like that. Not just because I love drawing anime. So, yeah, Ultra Ego, that was fun. Or, if you're a Fallout fan, this is probably one of my favorite pieces. That's Marcus from Fallout 2. That's the Master from Fallout 1. Probably my favorite video game series. Hey, Grizzly, what's going on? But yeah, I mean, it's more about just like I really like doing that because that was when Fallout the series was back on and people were rediscovering their love for Fallout, and I was just doing a lot of art because I thought it would hit well with the community, but just in general, I really love the Fallout gaming series. And what else do we need to really add? I don't think there's much more, but Hey, Cheese, how are you? Gojo, what's going on? Welcome back. Do I do tutorials? I have done several tutorials. If you look in my playlists, I do have art tutorials and critiques. I'm not really that much of a tutorial person, but if you're looking for like in-depth tutorials, there's a couple of different places that I can direct you, but I have done overall tutorials. I'm going to correct this whole side just because I don't like the way it is. And I'm going to make it better, or at least we can hope with a fingers crossed. But yeah, I did not like the way this looked. We are going to change it. This is where Bob Ross would say, this is your bravery test. And there'll come a point like that in every drawing where you just, did I do the right thing? You know, and you have to self-analyze, and that is okay. If you make a mistake, there is nothing wrong with making mistakes in art. It's just a good learning experience. But I really wanted to push the black like I did throughout here and here and here. So I just felt like this is way too bright, and we're going to bring that down a whole bunch and then layer back on top and smooth it all out. Give it much more of a metallic look. And then use the natural shadows that this will create as the metallic sheen. Will it work? Won't it work? I don't know, but we're certainly going to try. Thank you so much, David. Exactly. Exactly, Jamie. Exactly, Braden. There's okay to make any mistake in art. That's one of the biggest misnomers is and to me, I think I like this look better. It's got much more of a look and feel to the rest of the piece. Gary Eddie, you're actually like right on time because we got like another 5 minutes and then we're done. Of course I do, Gary Eddie. You were here yesterday. Love the positivity, Jamie. You see, now to me this looks better. It looks like you can see the exposed pipes, but it's sunk back in more. There's lots of shadows hiding it. It doesn't just look like a bright, shiny piece. I don't like to do things bright and shiny. I like things dark and subdued. I like it when it has more of a painterly approach rather than a perfectly refined look. But I will pop in some whites. Yeah, much better. Much, much better. And alrighty. Welcome back, Rosalind. I have a whole collection of drawings from different FNAF characters, and do you like pointillism during your artwork? I love pointillism as an art style. Jean-Paul Seurat was an amazing French post-impressionist artist that I would probably say is probably one of my top 10 favorite artists because of his way of making something look three-dimensional with dots. And it just proves that you can take something, an image, and give it so much life with just a simple dab of color. Thank you so much, Braden. That means a lot to me. It really does. And I'm going to say and call this piece finished. I will sign it here. And that calls this Monty piece finished. Can you draw Vegeta? I can show you this drawing of Vegeta. It's probably one of my favorite drawings I've ever done. So yes, I can draw a Vegeta. It's probably one of my favorite pieces that I've ever done. Yep, I think this piece is just about finished. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Of course, now that I say that, I see a couple of spots that I just want to fix. Okay, I can be doing this all day long, and I don't choose to. I'm going to call this piece finished. And then, yeah. Thank you so much, Vegeta. I really appreciate that. He is probably one of my top 3 characters of all time. Thank you so much all for stopping by. I do appreciate it. This was a wonderful little stream, even nice hour and a half, and we got the finished painting done. So, yeah, I'm totally excited. Thank you so much all for stopping by. I'll see you all next time.